So here we will see the mobile radio propagation and the large scale path loss in mobile radio propagation. So before going to mobile radio propagation, we will see what is radio wave propagation. So the electromagnetic wave propagation, it may be reflection, diffraction and scattering. It has a reflection, diffraction and scattering. The urban areas have no direct line of sight. Also, high rise building causes severe diffraction loss and multipath fading due to different paths of varying length. The large-scale propagation model predict the mean signal strength for an arbitrary TR separation distance, and small-scale fading models characterize the rapid fluctuations of the received signal strength over a very short travel distance or short time duration. So this diagram shows the reflection, diffraction and scattering. So small scale fading, that is rapidly fluctuation. So sum of many contributions from different directions with different phases, and the random phases cause the sum vary widely. Here the diagram is shown for the local average received power, and it is predicted by large scale model. So free space propagation model means the free space propagation model is used to predict a received signal strength when the transmitter and receiver have a clear line of sight path between them, that is satellite communication and microwave line of sight radio link. So satellite communication, microwave line of sight radio link. The free space equation is given here, where PT is transmitted power, TRD is received power, GD transmitted antenna gain, GR received antenna gain, T is TR separation distance, L is system loss, and lambda is wavelength in meter. The gain of the antenna is given by this equation, G equal to 4 pi AC plus lambda square, A. We are not going to see all these equations in detail. We are only interested in the large scale path loss, that is a mobile radio propagation. So there are three basic propagation mechanism: reflection, refraction and scattering. The reflection means it occur when propagation reflection occur when propagating electromagnetic wave impinges in upon an object which has a very large dimension when compared to the wavelength, for example building or wall. The diffraction occurs when the radio path between the transmitter and receiver is obstructed by a surface that has a sharp edges, and the scattering occurs when the medium through which the wave travel consists of objects with dimensions that are small compared to the wavelength. So the performance of wireless communication system has some limitations because of mobile radio channel, and the transmission path between the transmitter and receiver can vary from a simple line of sight, that is LOS, to one that is severely obstructed by the mountain buildings and so many obstacles. The performance of the wired channel can be predicted. However, the radio channels are very random. They cannot be easily analyzed. Also, as a mobile equipment moves, the signal level fades. Hence, modeling a radio channel is difficult part of mobile radio system design. A radio channel is modeled based on measurement done for a specific communication system or spectrum allocation. Now here diagram for the reflection from the dielectric is shown here. The reflection from perfect conductor is the field in the plane of incidence and is a field normal to the plane of incidence. So equation for this: the basic propagation method in mobile communication system are reflection, refraction, scattering. Majority on the cellular radio system operate in urban areas. So there is no line of sight between the transmitter and receiver, and there is a severe diffraction loss because of the tall building in such a case areas. As there is no direct line of sight, the multiple reflection from different object causes the radio wave to travel along a different path of varying length, resulting in fading, and the interaction between these waves causes a multipath propagation at a particular location. As the distance between the transmitter and receiver increases, the strength of the waves decreases. For modeling the radio channel, the propagation models are based on predicting the average received signal strength at a specific distance from a transmitter and the varying signal strength at a specific location. So the propagation model that predict the mean signal strength for transmitter receiver separation distance are useful in computing the radio coverage of the transmitter, and they are called as large scale propagation methods. They characterize the signal strength over a large TX or the transmitter receiver separation distance. The propagation models that predict the rapid fluctuations of the received signal strength over a very short time duration are called as small scale propagation models or fading models. As the mobile travels over small distances, the instantaneous received signal strength will vary rapidly, resulting in small scale fading. This is because the received signal is the summation of the signal from the different directions. The received signal power will vary by 3 or 4 orders of magnitude as the receiver is moved by a fraction of wavelength. As the mobile travels over a long distance, that is away from the transmitter and receiver, the average received signal strength will decrease. It is predicted with the help of large scale propagation model. The average received power is find out by averaging the signal measurement. Generally, for cellular and PCM frequencies is 1 GHz, 2 GHz or 1 GHz to 2 GHz band. The average power received is measurement in the circle of 1 meter to 10 meter. So diffraction occur when, next is diffraction, it occur when waves hit the edge of an obstacle. So the secondary waves propagated into the shadowed region. The water wave example, diffraction is caused by the propagation of secondary waves into a shadowed region. So diffraction is caused by the propagation of secondary wavelength into a shadowed region, and the excess of path length results in a phase shift. The field strength of diffracted wave in shadow region is the vector sum of the electric field components of all the secondary wavelets in the space around the obstacle. Now here a diagram shows for the illustration of the diffraction. The diffraction occurs when the waves hit the edge of an obstacle. Secondary waves propagated into the shadowed region excess path length result in phase shift. So consider there's an impenetrable obstruction of height h at distance of d1 from the transmitter and d2 from the receiver, which is shown in the diagram. Then the path difference between the direct path and the diffracted path equation is given here. So the commonly used wireless propagation models are free space propagation model, two-ray ground reflection model, knife edge diffraction model, long distance path loss model, long normal shadowing model, and indoor and outdoor propagation model. So these are the wireless free space plane. Now the free space propagation model is used for the measurement of received signal strength when the transmitter and receiver of the communication system have a clear line of sight path between them. It also confirms that there is no obstacle between the transmitter and receiver. The free space propagation is suitable for microwave radio link and satellite communication. The free space propagation model predicts the received power decay level as a function of the Tx Rx segmentation separation distance. The free space equation expresses the free space power received PR of t by the receiver antenna. This is separated from radiating a transmitter antenna. It is separated from a radiating transmitter antenna by distance d. So equation for PR is given here, which means power at the received terminal. Now here the effective isotropic radiated power is given. So it is PTGT by LT. Also effective isotropic received power formula is given. If A is the effective antenna aperture, then the gain antenna is given by G equal to 4 pi AE by lambda square, and effective aperture AE is related to the physical size of the antenna and the wavelength lambda. So lambda is equal to C by, that is 2 pi C by omega C. Now what is F is frequency, carrier frequency note. Omega C is carrier frequency in radians per second, and C is the speed of light in meter per second. So the value of PT and PR must be expressed in the same unit, and GT and GR are dimensionless quantities. The system loss factor L is greater than equal to 1. The losses are because of transmission line attenuation, filter losses and antenna losses in the communication system. L is equal to 1 indicates no loss in the system. So according to free space equation, the received power reduces as the square of the distance of the separation between the transmitter and receiver. That is, the received power decays with the distance at the rate of 20 dB per decade. An ideal antenna that radiates uniformly with unity gain in all directions is called as isotropic radiator. In wireless system, it is used to reference antenna gain. According to the the received power reduces as the square of the distance of the separation between the transmitter and receiver. That is, the received power decays with the distance at the rate of 20 dB per decade. An ideal antenna that radiates uniformly with unity gain in all directions is called isotropic radiator. So in wireless system, it is used to reference a antenna gain. The effective isotropic radiated power EIRP, it is given by PTGT. So it represents the product of two parameters, power and gain of the transmitter, and the gain of the antennas are given in the units of dB. The dBi, that is the dB gain with respect to isotropic antenna. The path loss system means it represents the signal attenuation as a positive quantity and it is measured in dB. The path loss is defined as the difference between the effective transmitted power and the received power and may or may not include the effect of antenna gain. The free space propagation loss equation when antenna gain are not included is the antenna that are assumed to have a unity gain, it is 10 log to the pt by pr. The free space propagation model is better method to determine the value of received power. Received power means pr, considering the distance d into account and the values of dr in the far field of transmitting antenna. The far field region or the far field region of the transmitting antenna is defined as the region beyond the far field distance df that is related to the parameters largest linear dimension of the transmitter antenna aperture and the carrier wavelength. So df is equal to 2 capital D square by lambda, where D is largest linear dimension of the antenna element. In order to remain in the far field region, the df needs to satisfy two conditions. That is, if D is 0, then hence the large scale propagation models use a close-in distance d0. It is called as received power reference point. Then the received power PR at any distance d greater than d0 can be related to PR at d0. The reference distance must be selected The reference distance must be selected such that it lies in the far field region. So the distance d0 is chosen to be 1 meter in indoor environment and 100 meter or 1 kilometer in outward to simplify the path loss computations. Scattering is one more point in the propagation mechanism. So scattering means scattering takes place when the wave hit on rough surface and the energy reflected will be scattered in all direction. In mobile communication system, street signs, lamp posts, these are the examples. Now here models for the wireless channel. There are various types of the models for the wireless channel. Empirical model, deterministic model, and physical statistical model. Empirical model, these are based on the measurement. These are linked to the environment and the parameter of the measurement campaign. Deterministic models are based on the fixed geometry. It is used to analyze a particular situation. And physical statistical models, these are the combination of deterministic model and statistic of various parameters. So models for wireless channels are models for microcell, shadowing, narrowband fast fading, wideband fast fading, and megacells. So microcell models are used by the system designer to place the base station. They are simple, dependent on the distance from the base station only, and these are based on measurement.